Well, hello and welcome back to SAT Math Prep video number 9. These are the SAT questions that will allow the use of a calculator. They're multiple choice questions. Try the video, try the problem first, and then if you, when you finish, come back and check your solution. Okay, so the first problem we have the problem that states John was working at the registration desk of a conference that was scheduled to begin at 8:00 p.m. At 7:30, he texted the conference manager to report that only 20% of the registrants had signed in so far. So let's use 0.20 of the registrants means times, and we'll say that registrants we'll use X to represent registrants. At 7:45, he sent a second text saying that in the past 15 minutes, 90 additional people had signed in. Okay, so plus 90, that now 65% of the participants had arrived. So 20% of the participants plus 90 is going to equal 65% of the participants. So this is just simply a matter of solving for X, subtracting 0.20 from one side, 0.20 from the other side, and we're going to end up with 90 equals 0.45x, and then when we divide 0.45 from both sides, then X is going to equal 200. And so B is the correct answer. Number 5. Last year, Jose sold a painting for $2,000. If he made a 25% profit on the sale, how much had he paid for the painting? In other words, he paid a certain amount, we'll call that X. He made 25% profit on that, and then he ended up selling for $2,000. So let's say we start with X, which is how much he paid. 25% of that would be added to the price he paid. So that's 0.25 times the original price, and the total is 2,000. So this becomes 1.25x equals 2,000. 2,000 divided by 1.25, and if we use a calculator, that is going to come out to be X equals 1,600. So the answer is B, $1,600. And then problem 6. This is an inequality problem, so you have to remember the characteristics of inequality. We start with inequality above where C and D are constants. M equals 1 and N equals 2 is a solution of the inequality. If M equals 1 and N equals 2 are solutions of the inequality, which of the following statements must be true? So let's start with substituting 1 in place of M. So we end up with 1 plus C less than, and now N equals 2, so I'm going to substitute a 2 in here, and that's less than D minus, and again we're going to substitute 1. So when you have this compound inequality, the best way to solve it is to split it into 2. inequalities. So we take the left-hand side, 1 plus c is less than 2, and 2 is less than d minus 1. So let's solve for c and solve for d. C is going to be less than 1, and at the same time 2 or 3 is less than d, which could also be written as d greater than 3. In fact, let's just do that so it won't be confusing. Okay, we have to go through each one of these Roman numerals. First of all, CD is negative. We want to know if that must be true. Okay, so for CD to be negative, C times D, one of those numbers has to be negative and the other one positive. Well, we know that D has to be positive, so in order for CD to be negative, C would have to be negative. C could be negative, but it might not be. It could be equal to 0, or it could be equal to 0.5. So 1 is not necessarily true. It's not a must-be true situation. Let's look at the Roman numeral 2, D minus C greater than 2. Okay, so D minus C means the difference between D and C. If we put these on a number line, D is going to go this way, C is going to go this way, and the difference between them, since neither one of these is circled in or blackened in, then this would be a true statement. This would have to be true. And then D plus C greater than 2, well, if C is some big negative number and you add it to D, then you're not going to get something greater than 2. So this one doesn't hold either. It's only 2. Okay, hope that's been helpful. If you need any further help, you can go to my maxmathtutoring.com website. You can get a free download there of a brochure on 5 strategies for overcoming test anxiety, or if you'd like to schedule a free consultation to possibly use me as a tutor, you can do that there. I also have a few other videos on that website, so I recommend visiting. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.